Hey everybody, welcome back to Dad Does Videos. As you can see, we've got a long crack that goes the full length of our steps when you go outside from our back door. So what we're gonna do is try to patch that up using this Quikrete Concrete Repair. It comes in a caulk tube and costs just a few dollars at your local hardware store. I've never tried this before, so we'll see how it works. The only things you need are this. You need a little wire tight brush to clean out the crack, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. And then on the ground we have our caulk gun, and then just a putty knife to smooth out the caulk. So first step, what you want to do is grab whatever kind of wire brush you have. I just happen to have this one at home, but you could probably find a bunch of others. And then just go along the crack and just make sure you get all the dust and debris out of there, because the more you get out, the better the caulk will adhere and stick to the crack when you put it in. Okay, so the next step is to prepare your caulk tube to be used, or I guess in this case our concrete repair tube. So the first step, and I've already done it here, is to cut off the tip of the tube that the caulk, or I guess the concrete, is going to come out of. And this is your standard kind of caulk gun. You can get them at any hardware store. They typically have a little hole there, and you can see the silver kind of sharp edge there. So what you simply do is just stick the end of your tube in there, however deep you want it, and then pull back, and then it will slice the top of the tube off so that your caulk can come out. The other thing you do is you have to puncture the inside of this tube, so the caulk, or I guess the concrete, can actually come out. And again, in your caulk gun, most of them have like a little puncture needle here, so you just twist that around and just push that in, and it punctures the inside of the tube, and you can see some of the concrete already coming out, and I'm going to wipe off, but it opens it up, so then you can start working with it. Okay, so once you've got your tube open and ready to go, then you just simply press this lever on the back of your caulk tube and pull this out, and it pulls back the inside, which is actually going to be used to push the caulk out. So you slide this in, press the lever again, and make sure it's loaded up, and then you just use the trigger mechanism here, the handle, to push the caulk out. So let's give this a shot on our crack and see how this goes. So you just simply squeeze all the way along your crack line, and make sure you do a good job of filling the crack the whole way. Better to have more in there than not, because what we're going to do is go back over this with our putty knife to smooth it out and kind of smush it in. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this whole thing in. Okay, so we've got our concrete all the way down the length of our steps, and as you can see, it kind of puffs out a little bit, and we don't want that to stay like that. So you typically just grab a putty knife that you can, again, get from any hardware store, and just go over it and just try to smooth things out. It's not going to be perfect because concrete's not perfect, but it'll look a lot better if you do this than kind of just letting things go. Okay, so here's what it looks like after it's smoothed it out a bit. And again, it's not going to be perfect because it's a rough surface, but doesn't look half bad. We'll let it dry and come back and take a look at it tomorrow to see what it looked like. But even right now, it's a lot better than that big crack that was going all the way down. Okay, so it's about a little more than a day later, and as you can see, this is what the crack now looks like, and it's dry. It's hard as a rock, so that's about the extent of it. We'll see how this holds up over time, and if there are any significant updates, I'll let you know. Thanks for watching.